Now, we're celebrating a love week here in the run-up to Valentine's Day on Friday. And today we're talking about a big event, your wedding day. And this is something that Judi has been thinking about. OK, come on, fess up. How long have you been collecting those pictures?
Well, I have got an exclusive. I'm not getting married yet. No, do you know what it is? I obviously, I'd like to get married, and I just there's certain things I like to do. I like to look at wedding dresses, I like to look at houses, and that was one that I created. And, I like to look at different women, different size, and look at how the dresses fit.
Have you had that from being a little girl, the dream of the big wedding?
You know what? I would say most. I felt like growing up where I grew up in the 80s, most of us would talk about getting married and, oh, my gosh, how are we going to look?
I'd done it twice by then.
Exactly. It wasn't at the forefront of my mind. And even now, to be honest with you, looking at us, none of those is how I would want to get married. I'd like a quiet wedding.
Just the bloke.
So why do you look at all those then?
I like the dresses. I like to look at it. I know a lot of people that's got married. I like the ideas. I'm a creative. So visually, I like to look at things and I picture myself in it. But over these last months or so, my idea of getting married is so different. It is something small, jump over a broom, have a nice time, fly out. I don't know. Maybe I've been sitting on the beach with my partner. He says, do you want to get married? All right, babe, let's go. You know what I mean? So, but I do like...
So that was that little fairy tale.
Yeah, I do like looking at the dresses and,
Janet, did you plan your 48 weddings, whatever it was?
Well, I planned the first one in such a way that my parents weren't there for the best part of the wedding. So the first one was lunch with mum and dad and the in-laws and a couple of relatives, and then big party with a few recreational drugs in the evening. We are talking about the 60s, a long time ago.
Don't advocate that, obviously, now.
Obviously don't do any of that at home.
No.
Second one, I planned the menu. I planned it. I did.
What about the frocks?
First one, I had a dress made, I had to buy a very trendy designer, Aussie Clark. Second one, Sandra Rhodes, maybe a beautiful outfit. Third one was in the winter, so it was in Harrogate and it snowed, so I had a big thick coat on.
I quite like them.
And fourth?
Yeah.
And fourth?
Fourth one, I had a fake fur dress. It was in Las Vegas, and I gave that dress to Paul O'Grady to wear on the stage.
I mean, you've got married every season,
You
babe.
did.
Yeah, but funnily enough, I've never constructed it in advance.
But you weren't that little girl that kind of dreamt of the big white wedding then? And saved pictures? And
No,
cut
because
pictures
at
out
the
of
time I
magazines?
was a teenager, I believe my parents... when I was a little girl, I believe my parents were married. They weren't even married till I was 7, and then I discovered both of them were married before they were married. So it was a bit like my childhood was a bit of a journey of discovery.
Were you
Well, I've been married 3 times, as you know.
I need to catch up.
You do. We've had 8 between us. Come on, girl.
Yeah, come on, Judi.
And what I do remember on my third wedding to Link, I wanted a sort of like a Julia Roberts type wedding where you were in the sunshine and there was roses and everybody was outside and everything. So I was in Portugal, and I remember sat on the balcony, and Lee, who used to be our makeup artist, he had come over. He was doing my hair, and you rang me. And I was sitting there, and you said to me, "I'm so sorry that we can't be there. I bet it's going to be amazing, and I bet it will be the total campus wedding in the world." And I looked over the balcony, and there was Chris Biggins serving drinks to the crankies. I said, "Not remotely camp at all."
How very dare you. I love it. Listen, if you are planning your wedding before your first date... Well, hang on, what does that say? I have no idea what I'm reading here. Go back. What's that say?
I think what it says, because I'm planning it without the husband.
If planning your wedding before your first date isn't enough of a turn-off. Right, got it. Yes, this is because there's a new survey out that has found some of the worst offenders, including, this is for first date cringe, OK, talking about baby names, cringe, saying I love you far too quickly, asking to meet your parents after the first date. There are lots of them like that. What do you think, Denise, like cringe dating moments? What would be the ultimate thing that would turn you off?
I've probably had them all. One was doing a baby voice. Yeah. Hello, Teddy. That was short-lived. And another one was, are we going to see Mum? And it was for my mum, but we'd only been together about 2 weeks. And I thought, just shut up. And the other one, and I have to say, you know, I've never denied being a hypocrite about many things. A massive turn-off was somebody who was a terrible dancer, because I always thought that the same would go for further down the line. And Lincoln slipped through the net. He is the best husband in the world, but a terrible dancer. But honestly, if I danced with him before I'd slept with him, it would never have happened.
So, yeah, well done, Lincoln. You slipped through there.